Hello students, in the 15th chapter of hydrocarbons, to study the topic of alkenes, I Mrs. Shubham Rajesh Patil welcome you all, and now let's continue with what are alkenes. Alkenes are unsaturated hydrocarbons containing at least one carbon-carbon double bond. Alkenes with one carbon-carbon double bond contain two hydrogen atoms less than corresponding alkanes, so they have the general formula CnH2n, where N is equal to 2, 3, 4, etc. Because we don't have any alkene containing one carbon atom, the number of carbon atoms will begin from 2. Now let's study about isomerism in alkenes. Alkenes with more than 3 carbon atoms show both structural isomerism and geometrical isomerism. Structural isomerism. Let's consider the example of butene with molecular formula C4H8. The structural formula of butene can be drawn in these three different ways. In structure number 1, we have straight continuous chain of 4 carbon atoms with double bond at first position. So this is but1n. In structure number 2, the position of double bond has changed to the second carbon atom. So it is but2n. Whereas in structure number 3, we have only 3 carbon atoms in the continuous chain and 1 carbon is present as the branch. So this is 2-methyl-prop-1n. Now structure 1 and 3 along with structure 2 and 3. These are the examples of chain isomerism because they differ in carbon chain length. So in structure 1, you have chain of 4 carbon atoms. In structure 3, the chain is of 3 carbon atoms. So they will become chain isomers of each other. In the same manner, structure number 2 and 3 are also chain isomers of each other. But if you observe structure 1 and 2, the chain of carbon atoms is same, position of double bond is different, and that is why they form position isomers. And the process is called as position isomerism. Now let's consider geometrical isomerism in alkenes. The isomerism which arises due to the difference in spatial arrangement of atoms or groups about doubly bonded carbon atoms is called geometrical isomerism. If the two carbon atoms or groups bonded to each other at the end of carbon-carbon double bond are different, then molecule can be represented by two different spatial arrangements of groups. You can see such arrangements in these structures. In structure A, same groups are lying on the same side of the double bond. So such isomer is called as cis isomer. Whereas in structure B, identical atoms or groups are lying on the opposite side of the double bond. Such isomer is called as trans isomer. So due to different arrangement of atoms or groups in space, these isomers differ in their physical properties like melting point, boiling point, solubility, etc. Geometrical or cis-trans isomers of but2n are represented in these structures. So, you can see chain of 4 carbon atoms with double bond at the second position in both of these structures. 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbon atoms are present, but same groups are lying on the same side of the double bond. Then this becomes cis but2n with boiling point 277 Kelvin. Whereas the another structure again has 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbon atoms continuously with double bond at the second position. So again this is butene, but same groups are lying on the opposite side of the double bond. So this is trans butene with boiling point 274 Kelvin. Let's see how alkenes are prepared. Industrial sources. The most important alkene for chemical industry are ethene, propene and buta-1,3-diene. Alkenes containing up to 4 carbon atoms can be obtained in pure form from the petroleum products. Ethene is produced from natural gas and crude oil by cracking reaction. Then there are different methods of preparation of alkenes. The first one is through elimination reaction, which is called as 1,2 elimination. So from first and second carbon atom, we are going to remove some atoms and the reaction is called as 1,2 elimination reaction. So if you will see in this reaction, carbon atoms are attached to each other through single bond and they are sp3 hybridized carbon atoms. 1,2 elimination is taking place from adjacent position. X and Y atoms or groups are removed and thus the valencies will remain vacant and they will get completed through formation of double bond and thus alkene is prepared and then carbon becomes sp2 hybridized. The very first method of preparation through 1,2 elimination is dehydrohalogenation of alkyl halides. Dehydrohalogenation means removal of hydrogen atom and halogen atom from adjacent carbon atoms. The carbon carrying halogen X is called alpha carbon atom. The hydrogen atom from adjacent carbon called beta carbon atom is removed and the reaction is known as beta elimination reaction. When alkyl halide is boiled with hot concentrated alcoholic solution of strong base like potassium hydroxide KOH or sodium hydroxide NaOH, alkene is formed with removal of water molecule. Let's see how the reaction takes place. Here is the example of bromoethane. Bromine is attached to this carbon, so the carbon is called as alpha carbon. The adjacent one will become beta carbon. So beta carbon will eliminate hydrogen, alpha carbon will eliminate halogen and thus the reaction becomes dehydrohalogenation. In presence of alcoholic KOH or NaOH, the reaction will take place on boiling. Bromine will get combined with potassium forming potassium bromide KBr as the inorganic product. Hydrogen will take up OH group from KOH and will form water. So now valencies of alpha beta carbon will be vacant which will get completed through formation of carbon-carbon double bond and thus bromoethane is converted into ethene. Now consider the another example. Here we have taken the example of 2-chlorobutane. So chlorine is present at the second position and this carbon will then become alpha carbon. In this case, we have two adjacent carbon atoms. So both of them will be beta carbon atom. Now the question arises, which hydrogen will get eliminated? And this question is solved by Safe rule. So you can see in the next slide, the Safe rule states that in dehydrohalogenation, the preferred product is the alkene that has greater number of alkyl groups attached to the doubly bonded carbon atom. So we'll have to search for such carbon atom attached to the double bond having greater number of alkyl groups attached to it. So two possibilities are there. If this beta carbon gives out hydrogen, we'll get double bond between these two carbon atoms, that is butanene will get formed. If this carbon gives out beta hydrogen, then double bond will get formed at the second position, butene will get formed as the product. So the carbon atom having lesser number of hydrogen gives out beta hydrogen and that is why butene is the major product 80% of it will get formed during the reaction. So in dehydrohalogenation of 2-chlorobutane, but2-ene, that is disubstituted alkene, is the preferred product because it is formed faster as compared to but1-ene, which is monosubstituted alkene. So this happens in accordance to the Sazef rule. I repeat the Sazef rule. In dehydrohalogenation, the preferred product is the alkene that has the greater number of alkyl groups attached to the doubly bonded carbon atoms. The ease of dehydrohalogenation of alkyl halides is tertiary, will easily undergo dehydrohalogenation as compared to secondary, and primary alkyl halides will undergo dehydrohalogenation not so easily. The ease of formation of alkenes will change in this order. You can observe over here that more substituted carbon atoms are having ease with formation of alkene as compared to the carbon having less number of alkyl groups. The stability of alkenes also changes in the same order. Now the second method of preparation through 1,2 elimination reaction is dehydration of alcohols. That is removal of water from alcohols. So alcohols on heating with sulfuric acid form alkenes with elimination of water molecule. And because water molecule is eliminated, the reaction is called as dehydration reaction. The reaction is known as catalyzed dehydration of alcohols. The exact conditions of dehydration depend on the alcohol. So for primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols, we have different conditions. And dehydration of alcohol is the example of beta elimination since OH group from alpha carbon along with hydrogen atom from beta carbon is removed in this reaction. So let's see how it takes place. Here alpha carbon is present where OH group is attached. Next carbon will be beta carbon. The reaction takes place in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid on heating and will get removal of water molecule H2O and carbon-carbon double bond will get formed. Thus alcohol is converted into alkene. The ease of dehydration of alcohols is in the order tertiary, then secondary and least is for primary. So let's take the example of this primary alcohol butane-1-ol. With 4 carbon atoms, OH group attached at the first position. So this carbon is primary carbon and hence the alcohol is primary alcohol. When OH group is attached to the primary carbon, the alcohol is said to be primary alcohol, and then 75% of concentrated sulfuric acid at 413 Kelvin reaction is required to carry out dehydration reaction. Alpha carbon will give out OH, the adjacent carbon beta carbon will give out hydrogen and thus water will get formed as the product. Then double bond will get formed between alpha and beta carbon. Thus the product form is but1-ene, that will be the main or major product. If we will take the example of secondary alcohol, here we have taken butane-2-ol. So at the second position, OH group is attached and this carbon is secondary carbon where OH group is attached. The alcohol is called as secondary alcohol. Then to carry out dehydration reaction, we need 60% sulfuric acid at 373 Kelvin temperature. You can see that secondary alcohols are undergoing dehydration reaction easily as compared to tertiary alcohols. The reaction will take place in the same way. OH group will get eliminated. From the adjacent carbon atom, hydrogen will get eliminated. The one which has more number of alkyl group will give out hydrogen. So this carbon will give out hydrogen rapidly, and that is why but2-ene will be the major product. But1-ene will be the minor product. Now take the example of tertiary alcohol where OH group is attached to the tertiary carbon. This is tertiary butyl alcohol. According to IUPAC nomenclature, it is 2-methyl-propane-2-ol. See, the condition for the dehydration is still decreased 20% sulfuric acid at 363 Kelvin temperature. The reaction is carried out in the same manner. Alpha carbon will give out OH group. Now all those beta carbon atoms are exactly identical. So from any of them you can remove one hydrogen and thus water will get eliminated, resulting in formation of double bond between two carbon atoms, and thus 2-methyl prop 1-ene will get formed as the product. So that is the way how dehydration of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols takes place to form corresponding alkenes. Now we'll see third reaction of 1,2 elimination, that is by dehalogenation of vicinal dihalides. The term dihalide stands for two halogen atoms are present. Vicinal dihalide indicates two halogen atoms are present at adjacent carbon atoms. Now these two halogen atoms will remove and the reaction is called as dehalogenation reaction. The dihalides of alkanes in which two halogen atoms are attached to adjacent carbon atoms are called as vicinal dihalides. Vicinal dihalides on heating with zinc metal will form alkenes. So we'll take vicinal dihalide, we'll heat it with zinc metal. Zinc will take up both of the halogens forming ZnX2 and carbon-carbon double bond will get formed. Thus vicinal dihalides will get converted into alkenes. Consider the example of 1,2-dibromoethane. We'll heat it with zinc metal. Two bromine atoms will combine with zinc forming ZnBr2 and carbon to complete the valency will form double bond with each other and thus will get ethene. Here is the example of 1,2-dibromopropane. In the same manner, the reaction will take place. Two bromine atoms will combine with zinc forming ZnBr2 zinc bromide and double bond will get formed between the two carbon atoms from where two bromine atoms were removed. Thus, 1,2-dibromopropane is converted into propene. Now let's see the addition reactions by which alkenes are prepared. That is by partial reduction of alkynes or control hydrogenation of alkynes. Carbon-carbon triple bond of alkynes can be partially reduced to carbon-carbon double bond with calculated quantity of dihydrogen in presence of Lindlar's catalyst. Lindlar's catalyst is palladized charcoal deactivated partially with quinoline or sulfur compound. So we'll carry out the reaction in control manner so that triple bond will get converted into double bond, but double bond further will not get converted into single bond. So we want to stop the hydrogenation reaction to double bond, and that is why we are using Lindlar's catalyst over here. So alkyne will get converted into cis alkane. Transalkane is obtained from alkyne on reduction with sodium in liquid ammonia. So if we want cis isomer, we'll use Lindlar's catalyst, and if we want trans isomer, then we'll use sodium in liquid ammonia. Here are some important physical properties of alkene. Alkenes are non-polar or weakly polar compounds. Those are insoluble in water and soluble in non-polar solvents like benzene, ether, chloroform, etc. They are less dense than water. Here is the table which indicates melting and boiling points of alkenes, and you can see that the boiling point of alkene rises with increase in the number of carbon atoms. Branch alkenes have lower boiling point as compared to corresponding straight chain alkanes. The boiling point of alkene is very nearly the same as that of alkane with the same carbon skeleton. So these are some of the observations with respect to boiling point of alkenes, and the important physical properties of alkenes were covered over here. So we'll stop at this point in this presentation. The remaining part will be continuing in the next presentation. So thank you so much all of you. Stay at home and stay safe.